All right. Okay, Dr. Sakani, what I thought I'd do is produce a video that shows you the steps that I sent you here played out on Blackboard. So what I'll do is I'll log into Blackboard. This is what I nominally do. I'll go to the class where I have the test exam. And in order to get the exam, in this case, instead of going to tests in the normal student banner, I've got to go to the course tools down to tests to get it. Test surveys and pools, right? And then in here you'll see the available tests, of course. And in here I've got the example Blackboard exam. This is where you'll go to import it as well. I'll go ahead and choose from the down select export to local computer. It will take a second to do this, and as you can see in the Mac, it created this file, which I'll show. This thing here, this test export file, which is in my downloaded items. So going back into Blackboard, picking up the steps where I took you, that you have this exact file. I'll resend it to you if you need it, though. In downloads, let me go back to my downloads here. Give me just a moment to get the file that I just created. And there it is right there. That's the one I just created a moment ago. So I have it on my machine. It should be, you should see it like this as a zip file. You should not open it. And then for importing a test, I said, you head to step 2 to this web page, which tells you, the second page, the import a test, is you click on tests, the import test button, browse the machine for the file, and then hopefully the new window opens to submit. So you'll go back to in the link I just went to, not the one for students in blue. You go back to the same place we were a moment ago, down here in the instructor menu, test surveys and pools, tests, and then you'll choose to import it. And there's the link right there. It doesn't light up bright, but you'll choose import test. It should at this point take you to browse your machine for the test. We'll browse. It should take us to the file we created a moment ago in downloads. Right? This one I created here a moment ago. I'll say open it. And then the name appears. So it found it. And I choose submit. And then it should tell me it processed it with the log file with the operation is completed, no issues. You choose OK. And you'll see I have 2 of them now. You'll see the original one I created here and the new one we just made a moment ago. I'm going to edit this one. I'm going to call it, I can now rename it. And actually, no, I'm not going to do it here. My mistake. That's not where I edit it. I guess I can't rename it here, so it just goes by date. I thought I could rename this, but I probably have to rename it. There must be another way to do that. Let me go back and try that. I really don't want it having the same name, but I guess for now we're going to have to leave it that way. Oh, here it is. I'm going to edit. You won't need to do this. I'm just doing this, Dr. S, just so that you'll see there's a difference. So what I've gone and done, I'll go back to test surveys and pools, tests. So I went in, I chose import test again. It opened up a screen. I imported the file that I downloaded, or in this case, the one that I emailed you. I emailed you this same zip file. And then it appeared here, but you'll notice under deployed, it says no, it is not deployed. So it won't be available at this step. So then what you've got to do is we go back to the second link, step 4, which explains how to deploy a test. There's a link right here for it, deploy a test. And it's these steps here that are required to deploy it. It's not counterintuitive. We now go to the other test link in Blackboard. We don't go to the one that our students were using. We go back to this link up here in the blue menu, tests, where a student would nominally go. And again, counterintuitive, we go to this link called assessments, and then we go to test. And then you'll see the non-deployed test is here. Select test below, and then you'll choose the submit button, And then what'll happen is once you've done that, we'll go ahead and just look at tests. When you go back to your test link, it will appear in your master test list. All of your tests will appear. Of course, it's not available to students yet. Then you can go in and modify the terms. So I'll stop recording here. Let's see if this gets you where you want to go. If you need help with the Blackboard steps with RPNow, deploying the test in RPNow, I'll gladly make a video to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here, and we'll see if this worked.